How's everybody doing today? Do you see what I see? No, not the longboard, this massive pile of live edge and drying up wood that's been obstructing my way for the longest time. I cannot get across to the other corner of my shop besides going all the way around. Now, I've been putting this off for 2 years, but it's finally caught up to me, and today is the day that I am going to make a proper wood rack, a proper upright wood rack, so I can store all of my lumber, or most of my lumber. Now I have a single corner left that I can modify to be able to store all this stuff. And once I am done with today's video, I can finally walk all the way around and all the way this way, and also my son can drive his car all the way around my shop while I'm working on very important projects. So if storage management and absolute organization is something that is essential to you, you're not going to find it here. Because today, everyone is learning. That includes me, but mostly you, but also mostly me, because I'm going to be the one doing it. This is me removing all of the junk out of the way. I had some really heavy shelves that I needed to be removed there. One had most of my bike equipment because I like to bike in the summertime. And since this was really heavy, I needed a helper. I tried to get the wife to help me, but found this Mexican on the street and he gave me a hand. I'm just kidding. He's not a Mexican. He's my blood-related cousin. This is some hot chocolate that my little girl made me because it was a hot chocolate and popcorn movie evening for the people that live inside the house. I like being in the garage sometimes by myself. And oh, I found some unrelated stuff up there. Apparently they were having quite a dispute from losing their habitat where they used to live up there rent-free for the past couple years. And really hoping they resolved all of their issues there and then. I was not a part of this whatsoever. This here is me trying to decipher where I should actually make the storage wall, because at this point in the video I did not know if I was going to do it on that drywall section or that other little section to the right there. Yeah, so at this point I had decided that it was going to be on this section, and I had to extend this wall about 11 inches out to get approximately 56 inches of total wall length. And this is me stapling some plywood to, that's just going to be it's going to be hidden in behind. You're not going to really see that. Yeah, you should really screw it in. That is the very inside of the back of the wall, and this is the bottom plate which all of those studs will be sitting on. I left it 1/2 inch away from the wall. This is the kind of a top plate that the studs are going to lean up against. Now,
This is something that I thought was important, to really joint all the boards perfectly flat. In hindsight, this is probably overkill, although the boards that I was dealing with were a rip cut from a 2x6, and unfortunately there was a lot of tension built up and they bowed, so I really had to joint them out and straighten them out. This is some 1/2-inch SPF plywood, double stacker, a total of 8 feet. You notice how I didn't go all the way to the ceiling. There is a reason for that. 2 reasons, matter of fact. Reason number 1 is that I saved on that little strip of plywood, and another reason is that if I have any boards
And look,
that are
I already
longer
have
than 8 feet,
a spot for my plywood cutoffs that I cut off from the 2 sheets that
it doesn't
I just
really matter
cut
because
from.
it'll just overhang that little bit, which is about 2 feet. This is me actually separating the boards from the big pile and stacking them over onto the new wall. I feel like most of these boards I've had for so long,
See? That wasn't so bad at all. Not even a single problem. And now I have this free, unobstructed path that I can walk through and walk out of, and all of my mess is now a big organized pile over there. So now that all of that wood is out of the way, I can either do 2 things. Rearrange my shop layout, or an even better one is have one single machine here. My little planer, and or this big old heavy cast of iron is called a jointer. And if you don't have one, save up to get one, because I highly recommend getting a jointer. I don't regret getting this little guy. It saves me a bunch of time, and you know what it is about time in the shop is very valuable. And yes, I could use the table saw to joint my edges or whatever, but I really like having a dedicated joiner because it makes the work flow so much faster. And I think I would put this here. Yeah, that is where I would put it. Because my situation is that I have the lumber coming in from this main door. This main door is obviously out of commission. It works, but it is out of commission. This would be coming in here. It would be stacking on my new stack wall. Because if I rearrange my shop, that means I have to rearrange the dust collection, which isn't a big deal, but still, nonetheless, is a lot of extra work probably. Yeah, I'm gonna have to another 2 days to do that. And I also have to get rid of some of the non-woodworking items out of here. That wouldn't be a bad idea, would it?
very long while. Wow, I really like how the sun shines in here. It's really sunny. Okay, I gotta go.